Woke pirates, yes, they're robbing, sold out to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took out from the bottomless pit, my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? It's all I ever have. Redemption songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Oh, have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. Got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? It's all I ever have. Redemption songs, redemption songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Oh, have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. Got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? It's all I ever have. Redemption songs, redemption songs. It's all I ever have. Redemption songs, redemption songs, redemption songs. Hey, what's up, troops? Jeff Evely, Op Sergeant Major with Veterans for Freedom, back with you now. Thanks for being with me on this 15th day of May, 2023. It is Monday, and it's Muckraker Monday. We got a returning contributor here, Chris Stacey, coming in with us shortly. Before I pull him in here, I'll just say good morning to everybody. Colleen is with us, and she says, good morning, Jeff and folks. And Chris is here. He says, good morning. Doings is giving us the slashy. How you doing, man? It's good to have you aboard. I saw that you clipped a couple of segments from my podcast and put it out there. So thanks for that, man. I appreciate you guys spreading it around. And here's Steve Robitaille, and he says, never miss a show. Thank you for this, Jeff. I always share to my social peeps. Thanks, bro. I really appreciate it. And I'm the worst guy for not promoting my own stuff. So go ahead and smash that share button there, guys, and put this out there. So Evelyn is here, and she says, morning all, and so does Judy. Cindy, another faithful watcher, says, morning, Jeff. Hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. And Ken is saying, Topinator rules. And we got a couple more here. Marion, good morning. Daryl's with us. Hey, how you doing, Daryl? Daryl's going to be on with us later this week. And all right. So I think I got everybody. Welcome aboard. We're off to a running start this week, I think, with bringing Chris on here. If you haven't seen one of our podcasts with Chris before, he's quite the muckraker. He's kind of everywhere all the time, right where he needs to be, kind of getting all those gotcha moments in Ottawa. He kind of hangs his hat for the most part in the downtown core there. But Chris has been traveling around and going to some different events. And we were hanging out in Hamilton for Jeremy McKenzie's fundraiser there. So it was really good to get a chance for us to all hang out in person. But without further ado, I'll go ahead and bring Chris in here. Chris, Stacey, how you doing, brother? Welcome back.
Hey, good morning. How's it going?
Good, man. Good.
Good.
You get a little time to get some downtime this weekend? And
Yeah, a little bit. Yesterday was nice. I spent some time with my mom, so that was really nice. And I did some relaxing on the hill. The weather's nice, so I just set up office down there sometimes and hang out to see what's up. And I can do my work from there as well as home almost. So it's been nice.
I saw you're kind of wading into the podcasting space too. Like you're coming, you're streaming from the hill and doing some sit down segments and stuff. How's that going?
It's going good. A lot of technology, a lot of steep learning curve with all this stuff. But I've got the StreamYard now. I'm figuring that out. And me and Patriot Smoothie, Jonathan, tried out a podcast with him producing and me kind of on location. So where we can play videos and get both in the box and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Looking forward to doing more of that. More talks like this too. You know, it's great to get all the video out, but if we don't take a bit of time and break it down and talk about it, it's hard for people to get the full story. So.
Yeah. This is, I think, really important. Like, I like how you're so topical. It's like wherever the action is, it seems like Chris Stacey is there, and there's always a clip of whatever's happening that day. So that's, vital. But at the same time, like we kind of got to go back and do an analysis too for everybody, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's something like in the past, you know, I have quite a collection of videos and different things, but I haven't really had the chance to tell all the stories. So it's nice, the times we've been able to break stuff down has been very helpful for me too. So,
all right. Well, with that said, why don't we go ahead and get right into it? You want to set this one up for us there, brother?
Yeah. Okay. So this is an interesting one. So this incident has, I think, just on my channel alone, has over 600,000 views already. Not to mention the ones that it had shared. So it's getting out there. This was last week. I was hanging out down on the hill, and so off to the right of this picture is Justin Trudeau's office. So that's his office in the Privy Council. Normally, his detail is on the other side of the building on Metcalfe Street. So I was hanging out. His 3 SUV detail was parked there, as it does. It's easy to pick out his detail, so I always know where he is by his detail. So we were hanging out, and there was maybe 10, 15 people around, and then kind of lined up across the street from Trudeau's office, as they do, waiting for him to get out. And our CMP, the detail, just at the last minute, when they looked like they were getting ready to get out, everyone was in their vehicles. Cars went on, lights went on, like I kind of have been around this enough that I know the procedure now. And all of a sudden they started moving. One of them went to peel out, and the first one went down Wellington Street, turned right, and the light turned red on the now open Wellington Street. Mm-hmm. So I saw the first one go, and people started crossing. 2 of the SUVs got stuck in front. So I booked it down the street a block and got to this corner here by the door, expecting his detail to pick him up there. Yeah. Instead, he walked out with this apple in his satchel and tried to go for a walk and a photo walk. I guess he was heading to the Liberal convention, which was down the road at the hotel just past the memorial. So that's where I got out with him. I wasn't expecting him to walk out like this, but he did, and I turned the camera on.
Nice. All right, let's see what's going on with this apple.
Mr. Trudeau, I saw that you posted about...
And just give me a shout or something if you want me to hit pause at any point. And...
Yeah, we can play a little bit of this maybe up to the memorial. It kind of more or less speaks for itself.
Okay.
The importance of independent media and of media. Yeah, you kicked Alexa Lavoie out of your conference the other day. You kicked her out. You have... Bill C-11, you're going to censor the internet? You want to silence voices like mine?
You're a narcissist. You're a gaslighter.
You were gaslighting about nurses. Gaslighting about nurses today.
You're a thief.
You're gaslighting about nurses. You're gaslighting about the media. You say you support media. You talk about the importance of media. And you silence dissenting voices. You smug man.
Smug is right.
Smug, yeah, is a very effective word too. And I like what the lady there is saying as well. I'm not sure who that is, but
So you'll see her a little bit later in this video.
yeah, and she's calling him a weakling. And some of the comments that you're throwing in about Alexa Lavoie getting booted, and when you're talking about gaslighting nurses, what was the comment?
So he came out with a post or a tweet, or I forget exactly where it was, but coming out saying how important nurses are, how he supports nurses, all this kind, just the regular stuff he does, while at the same time condemning those who won't follow that follow the mandates or all these other things, which are still in place, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of nurses out of work still. Where our healthcare system is struggling beyond belief. It's about to collapse, basically, and we have a lot of unemployed nurses still. Mm-hmm. Got the nurses frontline nurses bracelet on here, so
yeah, and all the managers who created this crisis. I mean, they're still sitting pretty.
Yeah, and if you watch here, there's a couple of times you'll see people come up, walk right in towards RCMP and shake his hand. So this was obviously a setup thing. They have a photographer. There's 2 or 3 different people that will come in and shake hands at one point. If anyone else tried to walk in through the detail of the art, without it being planned, I don't see that ever happening. But there's people that are very strategically placed along this sidewalk, it looks like to me.
Yeah.
You dismiss the people. You talk arrogantly.
You are not a Canadian. You're a weak man. You are a very weak man.
Weak men create hard times. We're in a fourth turning.
You have no balls. They've sucked that back into your body. You're a weakling.
What a narcissist.
You're a weakling.
What a narcissist.
Embarrassment to Canada.
Are you ever going to address the issues here?
You are a weakling.
So these guys are his photographers here?
Yeah. There's some there. There was a guy up here that came and shook hands. So all this is ready. There's people standing. You can see the photographer, and there's a guy right to his right there.
Yeah.
They're waiting for him, right?
But we're watching the propaganda being made real time.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I propagandized him instead. So
there you go.
When are you going to do the right thing?
Listen to Johnny. Listen to Johnny Rowe.
When are you going to act like a man? When are you going to be a man?
You know that you're on your order, Justin Trudeau. Veterans were taken off this memorial. You ordered the veterans.
Even walking by this monument. My grandfather died for this country. He had never came home from Germany.
You
He
men
got shot
protecting
down
this
by the
tyrant are
Nazis.
culpable.
And you tell other people to call me a Nazi.
You are all
You
culpable.
called me a Nazi.
You are all
My
culpable.
grandfather died for this country. He never came home from World War II. He saved 4 men and got the Silver Cross.
This is where you sent horses on your people, Mr.
You are
Trudeau.
an embarrassment.
You sent horses
You called
on
it
your people.
Emergency Act on Canadians.
Horses,
You called the
horses.
War Measures Act on Canadians. You should
So
you shouldn't even set.
yeah, just one quick thing. I don't know if you noticed how the RCMP detail turned around. It's kind of deceiving. We are actually a little bit farther away than it looks on camera. The cameras make it look like you're right on top of people, but we established a safe working distance. It's not my first time around these detail guys, and I mean I've even spoken to them at times. So for people who say I'm chasing the prime minister or something like that, I mean I made eye contact with these guys numerous times. If there's a problem, they let you know normally. Mm-hmm. So it seemed like we had established kind of a safe working distance as we progressed down here. And you can see the guy turn around. He turned. I slowed down. So I just kept pace with them, leaving a distance.
Mm-hmm. Okay, right on.
Foot in the street. You should go back.
Accountability will come your direction one day, Mr.
What
Trudeau.
are you going to do when you're not prime minister anymore and you can't show your face?
It is called an election. When you're not in power, the law will catch up with you as well, sir. You can.
Well, maybe we want to figure out just how good the Chinese are at rigging our elections before we count on that.
Turn smugly and laugh at me. You can silence me and kick me off the internet. But the truth is the truth. Christ is king and victory is coming. Christ is king and victory is coming, Mr. Trudeau.
Working for him.
I will pray for you. I will pray for you.
You're here, you're paid by the...
There is one authority in this land, and that is Jesus Christ. That is Jesus Christ.
Protect the public from the criminals. Do the right thing.
We hear you.
Working policy. I know
This guy's telling me to stop. Or what? Or
Yeah,
what?
well,
Is it obedience?
Nice.
that'll end up being a little prophetic there.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I mean, what's the issue? Like, are you committing a crime? What's going on?
Most certainly not. I think I'm freely traveling about my country, as is my charter enshrined right.
Yeah.
Also, the right to protest. I mean, there's a whole bunch of rights here, so
Oh yeah.
I think we're well within the law here.
Yeah. Absolutely.
This is no accident that he walked through here.
You need better
Hillary
writers.
Clinton, one of the most evil people I've ever set eyes on.
Your political writers suck.
You wanted to come down here and shake some hands and pose for your photo ops.
Say anything smart.
We're going to make sure
My
people know who
IQ
you
is
are.
higher than yours. 20 years in the federal government.
You
I
cannot go
actually
anywhere in this
did for the
country,
purpose-
Mr. Trudeau,
I did
without
it.
the people finding you.
I helped create the sex offender registry that you should be a part of. You should have to register as a sex offender. You are a sex offender. You
Here
should
we
have
go.
to register as one.
That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Excuse me.
Please stop my path.
Excuse me.
Get stop my
Get out
stop my path.
Excuse me. Are we being detained? Are we being detained? And if so,
Am I
why?
detained? Get your
Am I
hands
being
off me.
detained?
Get
Am
your
I
hands
being
off me.
detained, sir?
So this is Boomer Mail, and he's utterly driven by his emotions. He has no idea what he's doing or why he's doing it. He just knows that he doesn't like what's happening, so he's going to jump in there and push women around. Is that pretty much what's happening?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yeah, so I was live too. So he pushed me a bit. And it knocked my other phone, my live phone, right out of its case or whatever. And I had a stick. I actually threw the selfie stick because it was a metal pole. I didn't want to get in trouble. I threw it in the bush and lost it. Just carried the two phones after this. But
Okay.
yeah, he came in. I mean, you can hear me asking him, "Are we being detained?" He knows that he can't detain us, so he doesn't answer. I mean, he's kind of panicked, but
Yeah, he's just gooning right now.
Yeah.
That's all. He's just
Yeah.
pushing people around.
Am I being detained? Am I being detained?
Well
What's
done,
your
Chris.
badge? What's your name? Am I being detained? I need your name and badge number. You just put heads all over a woman. You gave no command. You impeded our progress. What is your name? What is your name? You put heads all over a damn Canadian citizen, you Gestapo!
I almost went really rude there.
Gestapo! You Nazi!
Yeah, I could tell you're exercising some restraint.
Trying to.
Before you say Gestapo, but yeah, well done, Chris. Like everything you're saying here, I think is spot on. And I think that's really what gets this guy to back off. Like he kind of wakes up for a second, like, oh fuck.
Yeah, he could tell. Yeah, and he kind of, he's like, "Oh crap, I better peel out here." Like, he had that look in his face where he's like, "Oh shit,"
Yeah,
and then he peeled out back to his vehicle.
yeah. He just impulsed his way
Yeah,
into this situation,
Yeah.
and he's not supposed to be there. So
yeah, exactly. It seems like he happened upon it, right? Like he came up from behind, and the 3 SUV detail was pacing us all the way across. So he wasn't part of that detail. I don't know where he came from, but he rolled in late to the party.
right, he's got no idea what's going on. It's pretty clueless from what I gather.
You are a Nazi! Gestapo! Start your car! Your car won't run!
Car wouldn't start.
Nazi! Who the hell are you? You coward! You're a coward!
So, just so everyone knows, I mean, I don't normally drop Gestapo and Nazi talk on everyone. I had spent a good chunk of the weekend before this down in at the Canadian Christian College with Josh Alexander, and I met Arthur Pawlowski down there and his son, and spent quite a bit of time with them. So I guess that was the inner Arthur coming out of me, just channeling Arthur.
No, I think it's appropriate here. I mean,
Yeah, I think so. Maybe Stasi would have been a better word, but either way, I think the point is clear.
yeah, I think you got it.
A coward! You are an absolute coward! You have your government goons put hands on a woman!
Come on, move.
Mr. Trudeau!
Move.
You put hands on me again under what law?
Disturbing
what
the
law?
peace. You're
I am
screaming.
not disturbing the peace.
Yes, you're disturbing the peace. So move away.
Excuse me, sir.
Move.
You
I asked
cannot
you
be
to move.
disturbed.
You're
I am
disturbing
moving.
the peace. So
I
move.
have moved. What is your name?
Come on.
What is your name? Trudeau,
Move.
your henchmen are putting hands
Hey,
all
move.
over women.
Come on. Stop screaming like that.
Hey, we're allowed to
You want
protest.
to be arrested?
I am not
You're not
moving.
protesting. You're disturbing the peace by
I am
screaming
not.
and yelling.
You cannot be the
Okay.
complainant in it. Excuse me, can you get this guy away
Do
from
you
me?
want to be arrested?
I'm stepping back.
Step down.
I am.
Stop screaming.
Roger that. And can I please have your name? I need his name, please, and card. He put hands all over this woman over there and on me.
So much for freedom of expression.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, do
So-
you ever get this guy's name?
Yeah, actually, Ezra, I think it was Ezra Levant, after I posted it, identified the guy immediately. So I don't know if Ezra has some history with this guy or not. I don't really know the details, but yeah, he was identified almost immediately when this video went up on Twitter.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
I don't have his name handy, but yeah, it is out there.
All right, cool. I'll have to check that out.
We will have to deal with his name after, but
He gave no lawful commands. He gave no instructions. He went hands on a woman repeatedly. Repeatedly. Holy jumping. You fucking cowards. Fucking cowards. He says that yelling in public is obstruction. That is a damn right lie. It is a lie. And the police cannot be the disturbed. The police cannot be disturbed. You damn well know that.
Good. You can take your car.
they do know that.
Identify yourself, sir. There's his plate. There's his car number. Here's his partner. Can you identify yourselves? Will you identify yourselves? This goon protecting Trudeau just threatened to arrest me repeatedly. Repeatedly. This fucking goon. You're gonna still arrest me?
Hey, move.
Who are you?
Move away. Come on.
From what, the sidewalk? I am in public on a sidewalk.
Yeah, somebody's commenting here. Susan is saying, "I love your descriptions, Chris. You know the rule of law." Yeah, I was just saying that a minute ago. Like everything you're saying is very on point. It seems like you're all battle hardened up now.
Well, I've been through this a few times, and after an incident like a while back, actually it was an Ottawa police liaison officer that I had a conversation with and asked about this about like disturbance or disturbing the peace, and that's where I got that information. And then somebody sent me the case law and law to back it up. But the police officer cannot be the disturbed in a causing the disturbance call. Mm-hmm. So a police officer can't be there and be, oh, this guy's disturbing the peace. It has to be a complaint or somebody else. It has to be someone else, not the police. So
that's an
and it seems like these guys know that. When you point out the law to them, all of a sudden they am I being detained? Well, no. So he left. Yeah.
Yeah, they're. I think they're counting on the ignorance of the law. Like it's just straight up intimidation, and they know it.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, normally that would work. There was a lot of RCMP around, and I was surrounded by police vehicles. These are heavily armed people. Mm-hmm. You'll see in a minute. I mean, there's an SUV full of RCMP with carbine rifles just around, like sitting right on the corner. So there's a lot of security. There's a lot of police. It's it is an intimidating situation, and they count on that, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I have every right to be here. Are you going to identify yourself?
Identify
Move
yourself
yourself.
now.
Are you going to
What is your
identify
name?
yourself?
Move yourself.
What is
Or
your
what?
name?
Move yourself.
You have to
Or
tell
what?
me. You put your hands
Move
on me.
yourself.
This man
Tell me your
assaulted
name
this
and I will.
woman.
You're screaming and yelling.
I'm allowed
You
to
are
address
assaulting
my
people.
government.
Come on.
You are
Tell me your
assaulting
name.
people.
Go away.
Are you OPS? Are you guys OPS? Are you OPS? Who are you? If you're OPS, open up. We need an actual police officer here, please. Fucking guys with the carbines here. We have RCMP
To put up their windows.
in the street. He had no lawful authority to impede or stop anyone. Oh, they're RCMP too. So you'll just stick up for your boys here? Yeah? You'll stick up for your boys here? You got a van full of fucking carbine rifles. We got this guy puts hands on a woman.
You can't be the complainant.
Come on.
Who's complaining? You can't be the complainant.
You know damn well
I
you
worked
can't be
in
the
policing policy.
I'm not going
You
anywhere.
can't be the complainant.
I am not
Receive
going
complaint.
anywhere.
So move away.
From
I'm
who?
not moving.
Trudeau? They can't either.
I am not moving.
Public servants can't be the
This is a
complainant.
goddamn sidewalk,
I
good
worked
sir.
in policing policy.
Take a lawyer.
Good sir.
I work
I
for
will be
public
getting a
safety.
lawyer, and he'll be contacted.
Yeah, he really messed with the wrong woman here, I think.
Oh man, yeah.
I worked at policing policy, so
Yeah, well, she worked in all kinds of different levels of government, doing like I guess like helping write the like not making the policy, but helping write and whatnot. So she has like actually an incredible amount of inside kind of look at some of this stuff. So it's actually quite interesting some of the information she has.
I heard her say that she was a public servant for 20 years. She must have gotten
Yeah.
purged with the mandate or something, did she?
Yeah, I forget the complete story. No, prior to that, I believe. Yeah, I mean that's a complicated story. Maybe I'll let her tell it one day. But yeah, she worked in different levels, different parts of the government for basically her whole life till a number of years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's I think important to point out too. Like we have all kinds of people, all kinds of Canadians from different walks of life. People that like this was a public servant, a bureaucrat for 20 years, geez, there's. A weak man bring hard times, so that's what's happening with an awful lot.
And with her in particular, like she's been through some stuff, and she's from Ottawa, and I mean I've seen police put hands on her before. And you can hear the emotion and the trailing off in her voice. Like there's still a lot of very raw emotion, and like we see these leaders and these people who have hurt and done so much damage to our society. Most people, when they get around these people, the leaders. Mm-hmm. They're really triggered. Like all the emotion, all the trauma from the past 2 years or even longer back, it all really comes flying out. And I know what that's like because I've been through that as well. I'm getting a little better with it, but I really can understand the raw emotion. A lot of people don't get what it's like to be face to face with a tyrant like this, especially,
Yeah. No, I can relate actually, because I know just being on the line in Ottawa, I kind of indulged a bit in letting some of that emotion out when the police came in and the crackdown. I think it's healthy, but you should do so mindfully at the same time. Make sure you don't lose yourself.
The other thing I would say for anybody else that gets around in a situation like this is if you're not prepared, like it is emotional, it is triggering. So if you get that emotion and you get overcome, you put yourself in kind of a vulnerable position, right? If you're completely emotional, then you're not noticing what's happening around you. It's harder to deal with the things as they happen. So, I mean, if you're going to go into a situation like this, just be prepared for the emotion and for the craziness of it, because you don't want to put yourself in a vulnerable situation, and people could get hurt. Almost were here, so we don't want that to happen to anybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I mean too when I say being mindful when the emotions are coming out like that, like it is the case that you can just sort of observe the fact that the emotions are there and not get washed away in them. It's there's a lot of mindfulness practices where you think of it as maybe standing behind the waterfall and just watching those emotions wash over instead of getting swept away in it. So you got to keep your head on the swivel, and I'm always saying stay frosty. So as long as you're doing that, go ahead and let her fly, I think.
Made the rules that you
We
have
need to
follow.
identify you so we can serve you with notice.
59137.
59137. Cowards! You are cowards!
Get the plate. Get the
I got it already. I got it. I got you too. You threatened me and you put hands on me, right? You are outside of your authority. You are a tyrant.
You are a coward. You did put hands on you.
You guys are all tyrants.
You had no right doing that. I am the public.
You wanted a nice photo op and a walk, eh? But you got a dose of reality. And we got Trudeau's Gestapo putting hands on women. Yeah, you are dismissed. You stand down. Officer who won't identify himself, stand down, sir.
Whew.
That was
Sir
awesome.
Trudeau,
And I'm just
I saw the.
I'm going to throw to a comment here. Robin is saying, I still have to wonder what you were hoping to achieve, but the clip is phenomenal. And I think that is the achievement. We're trying to force a tyrant to act like a tyrant here and wake more people up to what's really going on in Canada. And I think that this example really serves to show just how far down the path we've gone towards tyranny here. When the cops are on their own, from what I can gather, it seems like he's just acting on his own initiative, and he feels perfectly justified in coming in and gooning things up there.
Yeah, it definitely seemed to me that he wasn't part of the planned security or detail. And to answer, Robin, was it? Often, like none of this stuff is really planned, right? Like I put myself where I might be able to see things and might be able to expose things, and that's kind of what I was doing here. I mean, ultimately, I'm trying to build a bigger picture, and I mean, I've gotten enough of these singular incidents over well over a year now, that it really starts to build quite the picture. And I mean, what will come of that? It's hard to say. Individually, there's legal means that we can take to go after, say, that officer individually and some stuff like that.
Yeah.
But for me, the biggest thing is that as many eyes as possible see this, because when you see the prime minister walking down eating an apple all arrogantly, and an RCMP officer come and attack a woman, I mean that wakes some people up. Whether it's hard to not react or to not see what's happening here. It's basically impossible to not see what's happening there.
Yeah, and that is a very stark contrast. And I've talked before on the program about how about what I would call cultural authoritarianism. You see it in the culture first. That's something Andrew Breitbart was pretty brilliant to point out, was that politics is downstream from culture. And well, Jordan Peterson says that if it's in the university today, it'll be in the culture tomorrow. And so that's kind of, I think, the progression that we've already been through. And we see, even though it's not written into law yet, the RCMP are behaving like, you say, Gestapo goons or thugs already. And it's entirely sort of their own volition. It's just a matter of how they think. It's not that they were even really given orders to do anything like that, I don't think.
Yeah, no, I think that's the case with a number of different officers, right? They've been living in this, it's different than it used to be. People are operating outside the law. Things are acceptable that were never acceptable before. And it's not just police. There's people, mind you, it's a small number, I guess, percentage wise, at least in the comments I've seen, but there are people that are defending what this RCMP did, defending this kind of stuff. And I mean, that just shows you how far the culture has shifted. Before, if anyone got attacked by police unjustifiably, there would be outrage, right?
Yeah.
If that woman perhaps had been another color too, there could have been a massive outrage and riots, right? But
yeah, that's a good point. But again, I think that has to do with the cultural attitudes.
Yes.
And how far things are gone.
Yeah, for sure.
But here we have Jagmeet out for a stroll. Do you want to set this one up?
Yeah. So this would be over the weekend. This is prior to the 26th annual or 26th National March for Life, which happens every year here in Ottawa. Estimates were around 10,000 people showed up for this March for Life. So it was a huge event. If people watch my stuff, they will know that Jagmeet Singh here was out not too long ago, marching around Parliament Hill, leading the QP strikers around, emboldening them before they blockaded a bridge. So he's out here now, and tinfoil hat guy's up there just trying to ask why everything is cordoned off and why we can't get near the House of Commons to see our politicians. Okay. As Jagmeet just walks right up, right? So that's where this clip starts.
Right on. All right, here he comes. It's looking very dapper. Is there sound on this? Am I missing the sound?
Should be. Yeah.
Hang on. Let me just.
Should be sound.
I might have been messing around. Yeah.
Life like you did for the QP strikers, Mr. Singh?
Oh, yeah, maybe start that over. Yeah.
What do you think of the fact?
Yeah, perfect.
Claude, look who's beside you.
Watch him get on his cell phone.
Are you going to come out and make an appearance at the March for Life like you did for the QP strikers, Mr. Singh? What do you think of the fact they blockaded the bridge after you emboldened them marching around the hill, Mr. Singh?
He's scared.
Yeah, another smug, weak, weak man. I'll say that.
Yeah, that's good. I think that covers it. Yeah.
Let me just make sure. I hope I got everything good to go here. Okay, so what's going on with this one here? This is
So this is shortly after I ran into to Mr. Singh down there. I came down to the hill, and I was expecting Josh and Monty to come to the March for Life. So when they came, this was probably around 12 o'clock, maybe somewhere around there. So it was before the March for Life started. So they just went and stood on the sidewalk in public here, right next to the door to Trudeau's office. That's his 3 SUV detail there. Yep. And actually, I stood with Josh and Monty for a good 10 minutes, maybe before this video starts, and we talked with the RCMP detail there. Very friendly. The guy in the light-colored suit there told us we're completely within our rights to be here. We all have every right. We had a very cordial. Him and Josh mainly had a very cordial conversation. He gave Josh direction, like the Prime Minister would be coming out, You guys stand here, make sure you give us enough distance, and we'll have no problem. Then, as this video starts, this OPS liaison officer came up and told us we had to leave.
Oh, God.
So that's kind of where this starts. After we just spent 10 minutes talking to the RCMP and being told we are allowed to be there, as we are in public. Then this guy came in and started telling Josh and us that we had to go.
So the guy in the suit here is the RCMP that seems to be on the right side of the law, and then this Ottawa Police Services guy, liaison guy, comes in and thugs it up.
And I mean it sounded like it may have been he was saying the RCMP want you to move. So that order may have come from elsewhere. I'm not really sure. But the RCMP detail that we spoke to directly told us the opposite. So,
well, and I think, the first thing I started to think about was how the interdepartmental communication was identified as a major issue during the Ottawa shooter incident. So you have all these different police services up there on the hill. I mean, there's OPS, RCMP, and then there's the Parliamentary Security Force there as well. I forget what they're called.
Parliamentary Protection Service.
Is that it? Okay. PPS. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't seem to talk to each other. So, but the thing that I'll point to in this is, it shouldn't have to be the case that they're always talking to each other. I mean, as long as they're professional and adhering to the law and policing standards, then everybody should pretty much behave the same way. But that's not what we see.
Yeah, and you would think there would be consistent. The law is the law, right? So it shouldn't really matter who is enforcing the law or who's trying to keep us safe. I mean, they should be following the same law, and the same thing should apply. Shouldn't really matter which agency is coming to talk to you. The law is the law.
Yeah, and so I think low professionalism is what we're seeing here. It's a lack of professionalism across the board in the police services, with few exceptions. Like this guy seems to be the exception.
Yeah, and there are, and yeah, don't get me wrong. And this liaison here too, I don't want to disparage him particularly. Like, I mean, I've had nothing but at least professional experiences with him for the most part. Okay. And he wasn't mean or rude to us, but he did come in and tell us to leave the public sidewalk. So, take that for what you will.
Yeah. Well, it's wrong, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, you know what? I'm having an issue with my sound again. I thought I got that. Now let me make sure I didn't shoot myself in the foot on any more of these. Probably.
They're asking that you guys move on.
Yeah, they asked.
Sorry, guys.
On the side. We aren't causing any harm. We've been here before. I know, but again, they're asking that you guys move on.
Yeah, they asked and they said they
Hold
didn't
on,
make us leave.
Christine, hold on. Who's asking that we leave?
The RCMP.
Did the RCMP not just tell us we could be here? Like this RCMP officer right here, I believe.
What about like every other citizen that's walking through?
Look at the three people walk right by.
Yeah. Go on the other side. These people are on this side. They're all going to be stopped, and when he comes out, and then you guys can do your thing once it's done. Well, we're kind of here to talk to the Prime Minister. It's not going to happen. Why not?
Oh my God.
See, here he comes.
Who's coming?
Here, the Prime Minister is about to exit.
Okay. Got it.
So we're going to ask you.
That's fine. He's here.
Mr. Prime Minister, how's it going? Are we allowed on the sidewalk now? Are we allowed on the sidewalk now?
Interesting.
Stop the war machine. Stop the war machine now. You've done the stuff to care about irrationality.
Yeah, I'm going to point to the title here. It's the petty tyrants try to take the hill. And I'm seeing a lot of pettiness coming from these tyrants.
Yeah. Now, rewatching this too, I wonder, like, this isn't the first time that an OPS officer has come and engaged us, or me anyways, and then almost immediately or during the conversation, the Prime Minister makes a move. So I'm wondering if perhaps that's a distraction technique.
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. I suppose, yeah, they could have that level.
It could be, but I don't know. That might be giving them more credit than it's due either. Too. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I tend to assume low levels of competence.
Yeah.
Immorality that's killing our country. It's terrible.
Are we allowed here now? Are we free to proceed, officers? Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Because of the new policies and the procedures. It's terrible, the lies, the COVID lies, the war lies. I got to stop the war, stop the war machine, stop the terrible, irrational.
That is Prime Minister Trudeau.
It doesn't serve
Stop.
Canada. It serves corporate interests.
Save Canada.
How dare you? Shame on you. You got to stop
Beep,
the
beep,
war.
beep, beep.
Stop the terrible war machine.
Stop the war machine.
Stop the war machine. Stop the war machine.
Well, that was wonderful timing, gentlemen.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And lady, I'm a misogynist.
That's awesome. I always like hearing the guy on the megaphone there. I'm not sure what his name is, but
Yeah, that's Johnny Rowe.
okay, Johnny Rowe. And
Yeah.
he lives in Ottawa, right?
He does now. He's from Kingston. Actually, I think he might be from Texas originally, but he was living in Kingston. He's now moved to Ottawa to keep fighting the fight. He you would know him from probably around the memorial and during some of the major action. He was the one. He's always that common voice, like peace, brothers. Welcome to Ottawa. Welcome to Ottawa. Peace to you. Peace to you. You know, like that very calming voice. Like it was ingrained in my head before I got to know Johnny. Like that voice is overpowering, kind of in a lot of scenes. When the police are moving and they're beating people and stuff, you hear that voice calmly coming over the megaphone. So we like to call him the voice of Ottawa, Johnny Rowe.
That's pretty cool. Same here. I mean, I have that voice basically stamped into my brain from, I spent most of my time at the Monument, of course, while I was in Ottawa, and he was right around that section of the street. So I heard a lot from him. And then when I went back for Rolling Thunder, just before I got arrested, I heard him coming over the loudspeaker again, just after we finished up our speeches and stuff. And I was like, oh, that guy. Yeah, right on. He's here. So it's always, it's just nice to hear that guy. I think he's still at it. Like he's just a warrior.
Yeah, he is a solid guy.
Yeah. Okay. Now let me make sure.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm doing the same thing on all these tabs. Here we go.
Okay, so so this one is basically as soon as that last video ended, and then they tried to clear us off the sidewalk.
Mhm.
Josh and Monty and Daxter, the Save Canada crew, went up to the hill where we were going to be going to the March for Life,
Mhm.
and they just walked in through the gates like any other citizen would.
Mhm.
I'd like to point out this flag that Monty's holding. Okay, it's a Save Canada flag, but the pole he has it on is the pole he got arrested for on the hill and banned for 100 days.
Oh my
The pole I've carried up there repeatedly. It's just an interesting tidbit. Not an issue
crazy.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
not an
remember
issue
that.
anymore.
Yeah. He's arrested for this pole size or something crazy.
Yes, yeah, something like that. Yeah. So so Josh is going to go in here, and this video more or less speaks for itself. So maybe we'll play it and we can talk about it
Yeah.
after.
Right on.
He is not.
Get your hands off me. I haven't been trespassed.
Do you know who this is?
Get your hands off me.
He's allowed in.
Get your hands off me. Get your hands off
He's
me.
allowed in here.
Sir, get your hands off me. I'm not trespassing the hill.
Out.
Get your hands off me.
You're asked to leave right
Get
now.
your hands off me.
He is not
Why am
trespassed.
I being asked to leave?
Because you just got told you got trespassed. Please leave.
He's
Why have
not
I been trespassed?
You've been
You're
trespassed.
trespassed.
For
Leave.
what? Show me the trespass.
For what?
Show me the trespass.
Off the hill.
Show me the trespass.
Off the hill.
Share this. This is Josh Alexander, not Nicholas Alexander. And both those he doesn't need to ID, and both those trespasses have now expired. They are 100 days old. They're expired.
Expired on May 8th.
Show me
Thank
the
you.
show me my trespass.
You're
Off the
wrong.
hill.
He's
Show
not.
me the
It's his
trespass.
brother
Off the hill
Nick.
now.
Show me the trespass.
Off the hill now.
Show me the trespass.
It's gonna go. Just walk off the hill.
I'm
You're gonna
allowed
put hands on a minor again?
It's his brother
Okay.
Nick, guys.
Can you, one of you guys do something? You know damn right that's not Nick. You know it's the wrong guy.
Hey, Josh. It's not my call. You're done.
You guys do this every time.
That's it.
He's not Nick.
Okay?
For what?
He is not Nick.
Trespass? You can off the hill.
You can't trespass him for no reason.
Trespass for what?
Trespass the hill. For what? At the end of the day.
Share this.
Go back on my
This
line.
is Josh Alexander, not Nick Alexander. Josh has never been trespassed from the hill. He has never been trespassed.
Just leave the hill.
This officer is well outside whatever authority he has.
What? Leave the hill. We've already told you you've been
For what?
trespassed.
What?
your name?
Show me the trespass.
What's your name?
Walk off the hill.
Was he trespassed now or before?
Walk off the hill.
Show me
your
the
name?
trespass.
Walk off the hill, man.
What?
You need to identify.
Again, this is unprofessional, I think. Like the professional thing to do
Yeah.
would be to show him the trespass.
Yeah, well, and so this same officer accuses, like Josh says, I come in here in good faith or being polite, and the guy says, like, basically accuses Josh of being the problem. That guy intercepted Josh, right? And he's wrong. He's a liaison as well. The Yellow Vests are PPS liaisons, so it's their job to properly communicate and facilitate these things. So it's his job to know this stuff.
Yeah.
It's also his job to politely interact with the public.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally.
Whereas the guys without the vest, maybe they're more the security end of things, but there's the reason that we have liaison officers to liaise with the public.
And I find that he's just, contemptuous, disrespectful of our freedoms. He doesn't really seem to have any respect for our rights and freedoms, this kind of thing. So,
and I mean, Josh is a brave young man, but let's not forget that he is still a minor.
I know.
So
and look at he's a minor and he's being manhandled on the regular.
Yes.
For taking a stand for his beliefs. Like that's the country we're living in right now.
Why should we leave?
Please identify
He has to. You can stay.
Why was he trespassed?
You are trespassed.
How and why?
Show me a piece of ID that says that you're not your brother.
hear that? Show me a
Show me something that's
show me you're not your brother.
You're a moron. Is what you are. Okay. You try to be respectful with you guys. You try to be polite.
Excuse me, you intercepted
You grabbed
him.
him. You grabbed him.
You did.
You did grab
You did grab him. You put hands all over him.
Give me my ID back.
Give him his ID.
You've seen it.
Oh, you're bringing the goons in now? Give me my ID. You just saw the name.
Here come the goons.
You saw the name. Give me it back.
This is awesome. This is awesome. You guys are
What do you know? Give me my ID back. You guys are goons.
You have been trespassed.
100 days is over.
100 days is over.
100 days, it's over.
Excuse me. Somebody watch Monty. This goon has already.
He's not trespassed.
He is not trespassed. They just confirmed. You're the goon that threw us around before.
You guys aren't even cops. You guys
Bunch of goons.
Handshakes all around for the man here.
Thank you, Josh. They may be after Monty. Yeah, they might be. Yeah. Hold on. We're not done here yet.
Yeah, he's such an impressive young man. I mean,
Oh man, yeah.
when I saw him in Hamilton for Jamie McKenzie's fundraiser, I was like, biggest stud in the room right there.
Big time.
Yeah. So just excellent on him and
Well, and for me, man, he's such a great influence on me. Like it's just an absolute honor to be working and to know this young man. Like I get to spend a lot of time with him, and I know his family. And I mean, I'm already a much better man having been working around and with this guy. It's incredible.
yeah, he's inspiring, isn't he?
Yeah, sure is, man. Gives me so much hope. And when there's other people sitting on the couch complaining and whatever, man, like take a look at what this guy's doing.
Yeah, and like you said, like he's a minor, and this is the kind of thing that I've said. Like this gives me a lot of hope when I see Josh Alexander walking out to protest pedophile story hour at a school, and then everybody in the school comes out to join him. Gen Z is not putting up with this. It seems like
No, they are really coming out now. Yeah, they've been, and like everybody else, man, there a lot of people have had their voices silenced, right? Like the kids were terrified to talk. They get attacked, they get kicked out of school. But as soon as one person stood up, like when we were at that school in Toronto, we were asked to go there. When we stood up, and those kids get out, they rushed to us, and they were so desperate to get their thoughts heard, man. They were jumping in front of my camera like crazy because no one's been listening to them. They've been shut up, they've been silenced and attacked. Yeah. And they have opinions and they want to be heard too, just like everybody else that's been silenced.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a really sad thing to have to live through, but it is what it is, I guess. All right.
So this last clip just is, there's a little bit here. So you're going to hear that this female liaison officer, who I know quite well, she's actually very good officer, really friendly. We've been working with her for a long time. So I know her quite well, and she really did her best to de-escalate the situation and handle it respectfully and professionally. So you get some you get both sides of it. She'll confirm here directly in front of our large tattooed friend that Josh is not trespassed. Then he goes right hands on immediately, and then Josh will actually speak to him after too.
What do you know? Give me my ID back. You guys are goons.
You have been trespassed from the hill.
100 days is over.
100 days is over.
100 days, it's over.
As of May.
Excuse me.
It's over.
Somebody watch Monty. This goon has already.
He's not trespassed.
He is not trespassed. They just confirmed. You're the goon that threw us around before.
You guys aren't even cops. You guys
Bunch of goons.
We're live for
Can I get a name and badge number?
Maxime Lepage.
What's your number?
We don't go with badge.
No, it's a badge
Maxime
number.
Lepage.
Okay. So can I just get an explanation why you grabbed me?
I don't have to talk to you for
ID? You don't have to assault me. You assaulted me after I already gave my ID.
Yeah.
It's on camera.
Look at the zip ties on his leg.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so one guy had those big black zip ties. Only one person out of every police officer I saw that day. This guy had a whole whack of zip ties tied to his leg. I don't know if he was planning to hog tie us and drag us out or what, but
Yeah, pushing around minors too, you know.
yeah, well, I mean, just having that on his uniform is completely unnecessary right now. Like, you're not going to be hog tying people on it. Well, maybe they will. I've seen crazy. I've seen people hog tied in this area before, but
Maybe they're itching to.
yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah. So this was also for the March for Life, wasn't it?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
And so that's a fundamental freedom here in Canada is, the right to peaceably assemble. And here these peaceful guys are coming out to exercise their fundamental freedoms. And man, I'm just seeing a total lack of respect. You know, even when the cop says, I don't have to talk to you and all this stuff, like there's a contempt, a total lack of respect for the public. It's pretty scary.
Yeah, and I don't know if maybe this guy has a particular role on the Hill, like he's the muscle.
Mhm.
But we have had, like, he's been involved in numerous incidents on the Hill with some strange stuff going on. I will say that over the weekend I went in and he was back on the Hill. It may have been yesterday or Saturday, I can't remember now. But I walked by him and he was standing there posted up right on the Hill, kind of standing. And I walked by and I gave him one heck of a stare. Maybe not the best move, but he turned to me and he looked at me and then he started talking. And we ended up having about a 10-minute conversation, like respectful conversation. He said, I'm here to protect the Hill. And I kind of took him at his word. It seemed like he kind of realized that he might have messed up there. And I did get the impression that he's trying. Like, he seemed in our conversation genuine, and it ended with a handshake. So, I mean, it's not okay what he did. It's not okay what's happened. This behavior is not acceptable. But I was able to have a conversation with him after, and we did leave on handshake. So,
Well, that's
for
good.
what that's worth, yeah. I mean, maybe that's what it takes. Like, we got to expose these guys. Maybe if that changes the behavior, then that's at least a small win.
Yeah. I think maybe
Doesn't make it okay what happened.
Maybe you're doing a good job of kind of holding the mirror up to them and letting them see themselves like this. So make them think twice next time. And I understand too. I'll say, like, I'm sure they're under a lot of pressure,
Big time.
and that's not their fault. It's the fault of our leadership. And so there's all this tension now between the police and the citizenry that just it wasn't there before. It's not the fault
And
of
I
the
mean,
citizenry, but
no, but I also get that there's times where there's good officers that get screamed at and accosted at because of bad officers, and it doesn't help anybody, right? Like, whenever I've been, whether I agree with or disagree with how the police are acting, whatever, whenever I've acted respectfully and had conversation with them, it's always ended better for both parties. So, I mean, I have been trying quite hard to work in good faith with the liaisons, with any officer that's willing to talk to me. And if they want to talk off camera, I do that with anyone. And that has, at least for me personally, and the interactions that I've had, it has made an improvement. They're getting to see who I am and what I'm about.
Yeah.
And I've also gotten some valuable information out of some of these contacts, like this, that stuff with the Prime Minister. That's why I knew that stuff.
yeah, absolutely.
So,
And yeah, I see what you're doing. Like, you got to build a relationship with them, because you're down there all the time too. So you got to have a functional working relationship with these people.
yeah,
So,
but I will also expose them every single time they step out of line. So, I mean, as long as we know the rules of engagement, so to speak, everyone's playing by the rules, then I mean, we're all in this game, right? So,
yeah, absolutely. And I like that you say rules of engagement, but yeah, and this is what journalism is supposed to be like. It's supposed to be holding our authorities accountable, and it's supposed to be kind of in their faces, pushing back, and keeping them in line, basically. And so, since our media is not doing that, I guess we can all thank Chris Stacey.
I'm the media now.
Nice. All right, Chris, this is just excellent work. So I think that's back to our original clip there.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah. That's quite a bit of action there for a few days, I'd say. But
yeah, it's a hell of a weekend. I like the idea of doing this Muckraker Monday too.
Yeah, that would be awesome, I think, because then we can kind of recap. Like every week, there's something interesting going on. We can get together on Mondays and have a little chat. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll hand it over to you just to give us a little parting thoughts as to where we are right now and where we're headed.
Yeah. So I mean, as far as where we are, I really do believe and feel like things are changing. We are making a difference. At times, the people we're up against seem to be getting more desperate, and they're making mistakes. They're acting emotionally now. They're making mistakes, and that only helps us to expose them. I think they know what's coming, and they're scared. So, I mean, all I have to do is keep a camera on these people, and it seems like they're going to keep giving me what I need what I need.
Yeah.
As far as for what I'm doing going forward, big week in Ottawa this week with the NCI coming, 17th to 19th. The National Citizens Choir is going to be finishing up in Ottawa.
Nice.
So I'm going to be doing videography the whole time with them. Got a meeting tonight about the details, but so I'll be busy for most of this week with the NCI. That should be really good. And also a bit of information for people that are in Ottawa. There are testimonies that'll be given and streamed and whatnot, but there will be the possibility to put other testimonies on the record, or video recorded and whatnot. So I'll share information about that later, how you can get in contact with the NCI. If you've got a story to tell or something relevant, then there will be an opportunity to get some of that there recorded and into this process. So I'm really looking forward to that.
I bet that's huge, man. So good for you.
Yeah, well, it's a huge opportunity for me. I mean, it's a big honor, and I'm really excited. I'm trying to hone my skills here, and I would like to delve into more of the politics, and I'd like to continue and expand what I'm doing, or narrow in. Maybe depends how you look at it, but I'd like to keep going with this, the political, and there's a lot of stuff going on in this country. So I plan to keep doing what I'm doing and getting better at it.
Yeah. Trudeau radicalized you from the sounds of it.
Yeah. Careful. It's a dangerous word.
No, I know. It's a joke, Cesis. But
yeah. Well, they're listening to us for sure.
Oh yeah. I've always got that one view every time I post on my Telegram, like right away. So
yeah. And it's strange too because we're all feds, right? We're all feds too.
Yeah. That's right. Well, it's a low trust society. I think that's kind of what we're at right now. Is trust is kind of at an all-time low, and so even in the freedom movement, everybody's kind of pointing fingers at each other and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm really impressed with some of these clips that you got here, Chris, and it's great to see you're getting lots of all the right attention. Ezra Vance picking up your stuff, so that's pretty huge.
Yeah, it's definitely getting out there, and I have some people, some close people in this that share stuff out, and I mean we're a network, and it seems to be really working.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's and keep building that network, man. It's really good stuff, and NCI I think is it's going to be huge. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you come back with on that.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's really had some incredible testimonies for people that haven't checked that out. Check out what they've put out. There are some unbelievably good testimonies and stories in there. And there's experts, doctors, lawyers, citizens from all walks of life, funeral directors, tons of good stuff there. So there'll be a lot of information too that guys like us can regurgitate and put back out there to help spread these stories, because now they actually are getting out. We're able to put stuff up that would have been censored immediately before. So, I mean, C11 may change that going forward, but for now, some stuff is getting out.
Yeah. And I picked up my Starlink. I got to hook that thing up yet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And they're like $200. I think it was like $280.
I heard they're on sale. Yeah, they're on sale for like 20% of their cost. And I was actually looking at the coverage map, and it covers almost all of Ontario now.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome. So you don't even have to touch the Canadian internet to get access to Starlink. And
that's something I want to look into, to be able to maybe go mobile too. They have ones that will roam. So that would be a huge asset to me. So I've been looking into some of that stuff.
That's they have the RV kit. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
You'll actually have access while you're driving. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, that could be hugely beneficial. I actually ran into Jim Kerr recently in the Bubble Bus.
Oh,
we were talking about maybe doing a few things. So
okay,
could stand by for some cool stuff coming soon. Maybe can't promise anything yet, but
no, it's all really exciting though, man. It's really good to see it's all taken off, and Anyway, yeah, I think we'll leave it at that. Lots of
Yeah, I
exciting
got my
stuff.
dogs crying here a little bit too. Time to get to the dog. And
All right, sounds good, man. All right, you have a good
Okay.
one, and to everybody watching out there, stay frosty and stay safe.